Okay, so once again, good day. Our topic for today is a very important part of the research. No, specifically, this will focus on the methodology. No, most commonly chapter 3. So, according to Truchem, no, research design provides the glue that holds the research project together. So, a design is used to structure the research to show how all the major parts of the research project work together to try to address the central research question. So the research design is like a recipe, just as a research design provide the components of the plan for successfully carrying out the study. So the research design is the backbone of the research protocol. Okay, to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome Madam Eliza.
Hello po, good morning po,
Yes, good
sir
morning.
and classmates. So, our topic for today is under research methodology, which is research design. So, what is research design? It is the framework of research method and techniques chosen by a researcher. The design also researchers to hone in on research methods that are suitable for the subject matter and set up their studies for success. So, yung research design po, it is the framework or in other words, ito yung foundation ng ating research na gagawin. So, the design of a research topic explains the type of research and also its subtype. So, meron tayong three main types of research design. First is the data collection. So, the procedure of collecting, measuring, and analyzing accurate insight of research using standard validated techniques. So, the most critical objective of data collection is ensuring that information rich and reliable data is collected for statistical analysis as so that data-driven decisions can be made for research. And the other two is the measurement and analysis, which is mentioned na rin under the data collection. So, meron tayong mga data collection method. Pwedeng phone surveys. So, over the phone siya, tatawagan mo yung respondents through phone calls. So, sabi, it is high confidence and no need to hire any agency. So, pwede naman din online surveys. So, through online, pwede tayong gumawa ng link or website kung saan merong questionnaires, tas doon magsasagot si respondents. So, ang online surveys is self-managed, data accuracy, pero need siya ng internet. So, ayun yung downside niya. Tas, pwede din naman in-person interview. So, ito face-to-face interview. So, ang advantage niya is in-depth. Pero, ang disadvantage is time-consuming siya. So, mamimili tayo kung anong data collection method yung suitable para sa atin. So, sabi, an impactful research usually creates a minimum bias in data and increases trust in the accuracy of collected data. A design that produces the least margin of error in experimental research is generally considered the desired outcome. So, ang essential elements ng research para maiwasan yung maraming errors. Number 1 is accurate purpose statement. So, dapat accurate yung purpose natin. Number 2 is techniques to be implemented for collecting and analyzing research. Third, dapat the method applied for analyzing collected details. 4 type of research methodology. 5, probable objections for research. 6, settings for the research study. 7, timeline. And 8, measurement of analysis. So, para daw maiwasan yung errors sa research natin, dapat ito yung essential elements na meron dun sa research na gagawin natin. So, characteristic of research design, neutrality, reliability, validity, generalization. So, first yung neutrality muna. Neutrality, the results projected in the research should be free from bias and neutral. So, from the word sabi na nga, bias and dapat neutral. And reliability, your design should indicate how to form research questions to ensure the standard of result. You'll only be able to reach the expected result if your design is reliable. Then third is validity. There are multiple measuring tools available. However, the only correct measuring tools are those which have a researcher in gauging results according to the objective of the research. The question developed from this design will then be valid. And next is generalization. The outcome of your design should apply to a population and not just a restricted sample. A generalized design implies that your survey can be conducted on any part of a population with similar accuracy. So my tip, so these factors affect the way respondents answer the research question. And so all the above characteristics should be balanced in a good design. So the design of your study can be broadly classified into quantitative and qualitative. So qualitative research is a market research method that focuses on obtaining data through open-ended and conversational communication. This method is not only about what people think, but also why they think so. So, ang types of qualitative research method is one-on-one interview, focus groups, ethnological, ethnographic research, case study research, record keeping, and qualitative observations. So, characteristic of qualitative research methods, they collect data at a glance and in real time, where participants are experiencing problems. Researchers collect data in different forms, such as interviews, observations, and documents. Works towards solving complex issues by breaking down into meaningful inferences that are easy to read and understand for everyone, allow to build trust on the researcher. So the information obtains raw and unadulterated.
Ha?
So qualitative research naman is a
Ano?
systematic and investigation of phenomena by gathering quantifiable data and performing statistical, mathematical, or computational techniques. Quantitative research collects information from existing and potential respondents using sampling method and sending out online surveys, online polls, questionnaire, etc. The result of which can be depicted in the form of numerical. So sa quantitative research, dito napapasok yung mga statistical studies natin based sa answers ng mga respondents. So qualitative research, survey research, ito yung type ng quantitative research. Survey research, correlation research, and experimental research. So, quantitative research characteristic. Number one, structured tools. Structured tools such as surveys, polls, or questionnaires are used to gather quantitative data. Using such structure method helps in collecting in-depth and actionable data from the survey respondents. Sample size. Quantitative research is conducted on a significant sample size that represents the target market. Appropriate sampling method have to be used when deriving the sample to fortify the research objective. Close-ended questionnaires naman. Close-ended research are created per the objective of the research. These questions help collect quantitative data and hence are extensively used in quantitative research. Prior studies, various factors related to the research topic are studied before collecting feedback from respondents. Quantitative data. Usually, quantitative data is represented by tables, charts, graphs, or any other non-numerical form, which makes it easy to understand the data that has been collected as well as prove the validity of the market research. Then generalizing of results. Results of this research method can be generalized to an entire population to take appropriate actions for improvement. So, advantage of quantitative research, it is collect reliable and accurate data, quick data collection, wider scope of data analysis, and it eliminates bias. So to summarize, the qualitative versus quantitative research. For approach, it is inductive for qualitative and deductive for quantitative. Ang for goal naman ni qualitative, it is depth, generate hypothesis, while kay quantitative, it breadth, test, it test hypothesis. Setting, natural for qualitative and experimental or quasi kay quantitative. Sampling, kay qualitative, it is purposeful. While naman kay quantitative, random lang yung sampling. For data collection, kay qualitative, one of the example is interview guides. And for quantitative, one of the example is the surveys surveys, administrative, and clinical data. For qualitative naman, for data analysis, it is iterat- ah, it, ala na, nabubulol ako. Iterative interpretation, while kay quantitative, it is statistical tests and modeling. So 5 categories of research design: descriptive research design, experimental, correlational, diagnostic, and explanatory research design. So for descriptive research design, a researcher is solely interested in describing the situation or case under their research study. It is a theory-based design method which is created by gathering, analyzing, and presenting collected data. This also allows a researchers to provide insights into the why and the how of research. Descriptive design helps others better understand the need for the research. If the problem statement is not clear, you can conduct exploratory research. Second is the experimental research design. Experimental research establishes a relationship between the cause and effect of a situation. It is a causal design where one observes the impact caused by the independent variable on the dependent variable. For example, one monitors the influence of an independent variable such as a price of a dependent variable, such as customer satisfaction or brand loyalty. It is highly practical research method as it contributes to solving a problem at hand. The independent variables are manipulated to monitor the change it has on dependent variable. It is often used in social sciences to observe human behavior by analyzing two groups. Researchers can have participants change their actions and study how the people around them react to gain a better understanding of social psychology. Corre- Correlational research design naman is a non-experimental research technique that helps researchers establish a relationship between two closely connected variables. This type of research requires two different groups. There is no assumption while evaluating a relationship between two different variables, and tec- statistical analysis techniques calculate the relationship between them. A correlational coefficient determines the correlation between two variables whose value ranges between -1 and +1. If the correlation coefficient is towards +1, it indicates a positive relationship between the variables, and -1 means negative relationship between the two variables. For diagnostic research design, the researcher is looking to evaluate the underlying cause of a specific topic or phenomenon. This method helps one learn more about the factors that create troublesome situations. The design has three parts of the research. First is inception of the issue. Second, diagnosis of the issue. And third is solution for the issue. For the fifth part, explanatory research design uses a researcher's idea and thoughts on a subject to further explore their theories. The research explains unexplored aspects of a subject and details about what, how, and why of research questions. So, doon na po nagtatapos yung report ko. So, ang references na pinagkuhanan ko for my report is dito po.
Okay, so again, thank you very much for a well comprehensive discussions. No, so a research studies are designed in a particular way to increase the chances of collecting the information needed, no, to answer a particular question. So the information collected during research is only useful if the research design is sound and follows the research protocol. Carefully following the procedure and techniques outlined in the research protocol will increase the chance that the results of the research will be accurate, no, and meaningful to others. So following the research protocol and thus the design of the study is also important, no, because the result can be reproduced by other researchers. So the more open results are reproduced, the more likely it is that researchers and the public will accept these findings as true. So additionally, the research design must make clear the procedure used to ensure the protection of research subjects, whether human or animal, and to maintain the integrity of the information collected in the study. Okay?